Hello everybody, it's Sarah and today I have a review for you. And that review is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I do not know how many books there will be, and let me just tell you, it blew my mind. I was iffy about the first book. I liked it at first, and then the longer I thought about it, the less I liked it. But with this book I have waited more than 1 week now to film the review and I still love it. So I guess it's not the same as the first book. Of course, since this is the second book, I would recommend that you have read the first book if you stay. I will have a brief spoiler-free review just for this book, and then I'll go into a more spoilery discussion of the whole book. So if you haven't read the book, you're welcome to stay for the first part. I will tell you when the spoilers start. So first, a brief summary. At the end of the first book, Farah was turned into a High Fae and she returned with Tamlin to the Spring Court. Of course, there's still the bond and the deal with Rhysand that she has to spend 1 week each month at the Night Court with him. 3 months have passed, there's no sign of Rhysand. Farah should be happy, but she is not. She is deeply unhappy, she is very sad, she does not know why. She can't deal with everything that has happened under the mountain, but at least she's together with Tamlin. Then Rhysand comes and tells her that she has to uphold her end of the bargain, that she has to come with him, and slowly she notices that the threat to her home, to her loved ones, isn't over, and that just everything isn't over. I read this book basically in one sitting. I really enjoyed it. I was kinda meh about Farah in the first book, but there was just so much character development with her in this book that my mind was honestly blown. I was so amazed where she started in the book and where she ended, and now she has turned into a character that I really love. Of course, I also love Rhysand. I loved all the new characters that were introduced. They were just amazing. Even though I always liked the romances in Sarah J. Maas books, I'm always down for any one of the romances. I just really love the friendships that she writes about, and this once again is a great example of that. So if you're looking for some female friendships, male friendships, intersex friendships, reach Sarah J. Maas. In the romance there were some things that I didn't 100% like, but that's just some things that were me personally. Another thing that is in this book is that we spend a lot of time with quite a few characters who suffer from what I would call Chase Wayland syndrome, which means that they're very self-loathing, that they feel like they're not worth anything, and that they constantly need the other characters to build them up. But that was just the only thing that was in this book that kept me from giving it 5 stars on Goodreads. The rest is just amazing. I love the action in it, I love the magic in it, and also we have once again one seriously overpowered character, and I just love that. I love if there is one character in a book who is just indestructible. Well, not indestructible, but that you just can't beat if they set their mind to it. That was pretty much it for this spoiler-free review. Now I have a bit of a part that's not really spoilery, but also not really spoiler-free, and then I'll get into the spoilery discussion. Why I think I loved this book as much as I did love it is because it really reminded me of The Black Jewels by Anne Bishop, which, as many of you might know, is my favorite series. And the main reason why it reminded me so much is a race of fairies in this book. I won't go into too much details because I could talk about this like half an hour, and in the Black Jewels there is a bat-winged warrior race called the Irians. So take from that what you will. I would bet all my money on it that if Sarah J. Maas has not read The Black Jewels and was inspired by that, her and Anne Bishop were inspired by the same source. What I just told you might seem a bit general, but if you have read both books, you will notice that there are a lot of parallels between those two races. Next, let's get into the spoilery discussion. I loved Rhysand and Farah. I thought their dynamic was great. The only thing that I didn't like about the relationship was at the end when Rhysand told Farah that basically he dreamt about her and he was instantly in love with her, and I'm just not that much of a fan of this whole mate business in any book really, unless you have like a twist where the mates actually hate each other and are really bad for each other, but of course that's not the case here. Also, the moment when Farah finally was like, okay, yeah, I'm strong again, I know what I want, I know what I'm going to do, Rhysand was suddenly going, oh, I'm so worthless, nobody can ever love me. Even though he should know that it's not true. I mean, he has so many friends. I think my two favorite new characters are Cassian and Mor. They are just... I love them. They are so funny, especially Cassian. And probably one of my favorite scenes is the scene when Farah is first introduced to the inner circle of Rhysand, and she gets to know everyone. Amren and Azriel are great as well, although I don't love them quite as much as Mor and Cassian. I really hope that Cassian gets to keep his wings. I hope they're not forever destroyed. I thought the twist at the end really came out of nothing, that Farah suddenly is High Lady of the Night Court, but I am so excited for the next book after this ending. I really want to see how she deals with having to be close to Tamlin again and to act like she still loves him. I thought it's great that her sisters are now fairies as well, even though I'm not sure how I feel about Lucienne being the mate of her younger sister. Another one of my favorite scenes was the scene at the Night Court when Farah and Rhys played out their game. I just love this kind of sensual, dark atmosphere. What I really don't understand is it seems like there is no balance between YA books where there is no sex or not explicit sex, and then as soon as you have new adult or adult books, you have sex mentioned all the time. It's like, okay, so now they're adults, now they have sex like every day, multiple times, and it's just, I feel like neither of the two are very realistic. But that's not why I read. I mean, I don't read so I can read realistic stories. Otherwise I wouldn't read fantasy. Also, I just want to say I knew it. I knew it, Tamlin was an asshole. I didn't like him from the beginning, honestly. So now I'm feeling really good about myself, I guess. But anyways, that is it for this review. My battery is going to die every second now, so I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have read the book, tell me in the comments down below what you have thought of it, and I hope I'll see you guys soon. Kiss kiss!